welcome back. So sorry, as you can see, I was just back from work and then was out and about tonight. So I've just finished doing a wee fly tying demonstration for a wee fly tying club called the Lough Fly Tying Club. So I've just kept all the camera and equipment on just to show you this wee fly here. So the wee fly I'm going to tie is just a slight variation of a very old fly called the Ballinderry brown. Now, you'll find this in Ted Malone's book, the Irish trout and salmon flies. So the hook and the vise, this is a Amazon B175 in size 10. Now you can tie these down to a size 14. If you're going to tie them larger, say an 8 and a 6, maybe for the loughs, for the salmon, sea trout, you just put a crest under wing on that, but I'll explain that as we go along. Now the hook or the thread we're going to use is the uni thread 80 in black. So just come in, a couple of mil behind the eye of the hook. Just give yourself plenty of space in this fly, particularly at the head area here, just to allow for your materials. Now just simply work your thread down to the bend of the hook, and then remove your waist tag of thread. Now there's a wee tag in the back. Probably years ago when Pussy was a kitten, it would have just been a plain gold tinsel. I'm going to use some modern materials on it. This is the large holographic in gold. Just take a wee length of that off. Just offer this up to the hook. Just come around with a turn and pull your holographic tinsel in the length, and then simply work your thread around the bend the wee ways, just until where you want your tag to start, and then simply just work your thread back up just to where you caught in your oval gold. Now you got to protect this at the back, so you can either use super glue, that's what I'm going to do. This is just Loctite super glue, or you can bring up your silver holographic, or your gold holographic, apologies, and then apply some resin or varnish or whatever you like to use. Now just come up to meet your thread, a couple of turns catches in your gold holographic, just trim away the waist, the tail. You're just looking some golden pheasant tippet fibres. Now this one here, I've dyed myself just an orange. It's not a fluorescent orange or anything like that, just straight into the orange dye after I was dyeing some capes. Now I've just stripped away all the flue from the bottom, and just come in with your finger and thumb, just pull the tips in between those, that'll line them up for you. Come in and just trim away the amount of fibres that you want to see in the tail, and then just remove the remainder part of the feather. That'll get all your tips to line up for you. Get that nice black bar effect that you want to see. Now the tail, I want the tail much the length of the body over the back. Just come around with a pinching loop, and then a couple of turns just to hold the tail. Come in and trim away the waist. Now at this point you can tie in some orange floss, but I'm going to use some of the Glow Bright floss number 5. Just take a wee length of that off. Right, just going to offer this up to the hook with this tag end over the tail. Just come around with a turn to hold, and then take another couple of turns going forward. Then just come around with your floss. Right. Just get your tag started, or your hot butt, whatever you like to call it. Just work up your Glow Bright floss to there. Just follow this around with your thread, and then 2 turns of the thread will hold this in position for you. Just come in and trim that. Now at this point just carry your thread on forward. Now you don't need to be too fussy here with lumps and bumps. The body's going to be dubbed. Just work your thread forward, sort of way around about the halfway mark or so. Then bring over your waist end over the back. Just get it straightened up. Not that it has to be straight, will not matter to the fish. Now just work your thread on forward. Come in and trim away the waist. Your rib, you're just looking some vineyards. This is what I'm using, the vineyards, but you can buy oval gold tinsel from a whole lot of suppliers these days. You don't need to use the ones that I'm using. So we'll trim away the length of oval gold. Just offer this up to the hook, just come around with a turn, and then just simply work your thread back down. Just tied up against your Grow Bright floss tag. Now the body in this fly, and this is why I'm tanning this for you, so we can use the dubbing up. This is fairy brown and yellow seal's fur mixed together. Now you're probably looking around about 75% fairy brown and 25% seal's fur, if you want to break it down into technical terms, but you tie it the way you like. If you like it more to the yellow side, then obviously more yellow, or if you want it darker, then more of the fairy brown. Now just going to work our thread forward, or dubbing I should say, just nice and tight up to there, a couple of turns in front. Now the body hackle, you're looking at a ginger cock hackle that has been dyed a golden olive, or a ginger cock hackle that has been dyed yellow. That will work for you. If you've got a ginger or a red game cape, just throw it into some yellow dye and you'll get the colour that you're looking. So just going to offer this up to the hook. When I offer these up the Palmer, guys, it's dead simple. It's just offer it up along the shank that's facing yourself. Come in and just hold it on to the, move my fingers right away, hold it onto the shank with your thumb and tie it in. Don't worry if the wee stem has been up on top of the hook. It's no big deal. Just come in and trim that away. Now, I like to dress this fly right and bushy. I don't call it dressing it heavy, right and bushy. So 3 or 4 turns at the shoulder of the fly, meaning the top of the body, and then 3 to 4 turns down the body. Now, just keep a hold of your tip of your hackle, and then just come in and around with your oval gold, and then you're looking 4 turns of the oval gold up the body. Just come in at this point, sweep everything back nice and tight, bring your oval gold up in front and follow this around with your thread, and then come in and trim away the waist, break away the tip of your hackle at the back. Then we'll come in with some of the Velcro on the old lollipop stick and just brush some of this out. Now I'm going to take my thread down to the eye of the hook and back up. Now see, at this point you would just have made your body a wee bit longer, tied in the hackle and put the wing on. That would be very similar to the original pattern in Ted's book, but I like to put another hackle on the front here, and it used to be a golden olive cock hackle, but now it's these here. I use these not all the time, but mostly. This is the golden olive hen capes, or hen cape I should say, that I get from Spectrum Capes, and it's from a gentleman called Aidan McKinley. You'll find them on Facebook. Now see, at this point, see the cut, you don't need to take turns and turns of thread. Just come round with a turn. Okay, that catches in your tip. Now, just come in, flick back the tip of the hackle, and then take about 4 or 5 turns up over the top, and then just work your thread back down. Come in and break away the tip. Now, you gotta remember, if you're tying this for the river, just put less turns at the shoulder of the fly and less turns down the body, and then maybe 1 turn of the hen hackle. But I'm tying this for the Lough. So you want to tie your flies, if you're tying them for the Loughs, you want them bushy, not overdressed. It's not what I call it, it's just bushy. So that's 2, so I'm going to put another 1 in. That's plenty there. Then just come round with a turn. Then nice tight turns heading down towards the eye of the hook. Now, if you keep your thread tight, you can break away the stem and then work your thread back up. Now we're looking the business. We're not looking too bad. The wing, we're just looking some bronze mallard. So just come in, strip away the rubbish that you don't need. Come in and bring enough of the fibre out to create a wing. Just bring it up, then come in, pinch the fibres and just rip it away. Then what you want to do here is to fold the wing. So you just fold it in on itself 2 or 3 times, just depending on how much fibre, breadth of the fibre that you've pulled off the feather. Now, you don't want this longer than the tail. You can't have it longer than the tail, that's entirely up to you. I just like to tie it just slightly longer than the golden olive hen hackle. Then just come in, just pinch it onto the hook, come in with a pinching loop, a couple of tight turns. Now, just take another couple just to make sure that it's sitting right for you. Just have a wee check. Yep. Happy enough with that. Come in, just lift the waist ends and just clip these here away. Just tidy this wee bit up at the front here. Then just bring your thread to the eye of the hook and just build up your head. Right, you can tie these down to a size 14. Now if I was tying it for the river, I would probably be tying it in size 12s and 14s. I wouldn't be going to size 10. I wouldn't be going to size 10, but that's up to you. You will have your own techniques of fishing. Now, that's our wee head complete. So we're just going to come in and just slice in a whip finish just to finish her off. Pull your thread tight, come in and trim away your hand thread. So that's the wee pattern there, guys. It's a nice wee pattern. So it is the old ones are usually the best. Well, so they tell me. Now, first coat on the head, we drop a super glue just right the whole way around the head. Now you just got to be careful, you don't want to ruin your hard work by touching the hackle fibres. But there you go, guys. That's just a slight variation. And what makes it a slight variation is we've just used the modern materials, i.e. gold holographic and the Glow Bright floss number 5 at the back, and then we've added in the golden olive hen hackle. So hopefully I've got something there, yeah, guys. Tied that tonight, earlier on this evening, for the wee fly tying club. So If anybody's watching this video and they're from the Lough Fly Tying Club, many apologies if you were on the call. It's my fault, just some technical difficulties with the sound. But if you fish loughs, even the English and reservoirs and stuff, that's a good wee fly to have in your box, nice and bright, size 10, good for a point fly. So tie a few of those up. As always, many thanks for taking the time to view the video. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. Completely free, no charge. It's just fly tying and the odd fishing video that I'll put up. And until next time, please take care of yourselves, take care of the families, and I'll see you on the next one.